Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to make a really special video for you. If you are living in New York City, you're thinking about moving to New York City, and one of your concerns is how the heck do you avoid cockroaches in an apartment? How do you avoid any kind of rodents or even those really big cockroaches, the water bugs? What do you do not to get them in New York City? Well, first of all, it's easily possible. It is a myth that living in New York City, living in an apartment in New York City, you have to put up with the dreaded cockroaches, mice, or rats. It's simply untrue, and I'm going to explain to you really quickly and easily and inexpensively how to avoid them. Myth number one. It does not matter where you live in New York City. I don't care if it's whichever of the 5 boroughs, Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Brooklyn. It doesn't matter where you live. You do not have to have cockroaches. Myth number 2, it does not matter what kind of an apartment you live in. It can be a brownstone. It can be a high-rise. It can be an inexpensive building, an expensive building. It doesn't matter. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Think about it this way, right? In order for you to have a cockroach or a mouse or a rat in your apartment, it had to get in to begin with, right? So the best way not to have this problem is to prevent the problem. And the way that you do that is to totally seal your apartment so that the little critters cannot enter. Okay, and it's really not difficult, and it's certainly not expensive. This is what you need to do. First of all, get a flashlight, go in your kitchen, look under your sink, look behind your stove, look where your ceiling meets your wall, look in all the corners and see if there's any cracks, if there's any holes, especially, as I said, under your sink. Very often where the pipes go into the wall, there is going to be a little space. And in that little space, whatever can get into your apartment. So in the kitchen, that's where you look. Go in the bathroom. Look at your pipes. Look at your pipes that go from the toilet into the wall, from under your sink into the wall. Make sure that's closed. The covers off your radiators. Make sure that the pipe that goes from your radiator down to the floor below you, that there is not extra space around that little pipe. And close all of them. It's very easy to close these. Just go to the hardware store and buy a little plaster and just close it up. When it comes to the kitchen, a really, really tiny space that's often between your kitchen cabinets and the wall. It's like you could just about fit like your fingernail in that space. You can close that with tape. All right, because cockroaches cannot get through tape. You can just use clear packing tape, just like you would to ship a package off UPS. All right, it goes right over your paint. You don't see it. Don't cover big holes with tape because mice will just chew right through the tape. Okay, that has to be closed with some kind of plaster. Also, your windows. Make sure that you have screens, especially if you're on a lower floor. If you're on the first floor, if you're on the second floor, third floor, it's very easy for a mouse, God forbid a rat, to come in through your window, let alone cockroaches. So make sure that you have really well-fitting screens. Most of the time, an apartment building, it comes with the apartment, or if you have to buy them, they're not very expensive. Just make sure that they're well fitted and make sure that there are no holes in the screen. If there are, repair them. You can buy a screen repair kit that's very cheap, and just make sure that you don't have any holes. Water bugs. Water bugs are just really old, really large cockroaches. And they're about 3 inches wide, long, and they tend to fly. And they're horrible. And that's what I dread the most. they tend, when there's construction going on in your neighborhood or in your building, they come in the drain because they can live in water. So I've only had 2 in my life, and they came up the bathtub. So if you want to avoid it, they're not very common, but they do exist and they're really horrible. If you want to avoid that, just simply keep your drains closed. Right? You finish taking a shower, just close the drain. You finish at your sink, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, just close your drain. All right? Another source of cockroaches that you should be aware of in Manhattan is when you have restaurants or grocery stores deliver to you in the bottom of the shopping bag or in the boxes from the store, because if you don't know it, restaurant, every grocery store is going to have some kind of problem. And you know, they like to hide in paper, and they will come in a shopping bag. So I would suggest to you that as soon as you get your food, take your food out, put it on the table, and immediately throw away the bags that they came in, throw away any boxes that you have food delivered from your grocery store, like a fresh direct delivery sort of thing. If you already have them in your apartment, how do you get rid of them? From experience in the past, I will tell you, combat really works. It's that simple. It just works every time. It doesn't smell bad. It's not difficult to use. They're great. And you just put them in the corners. Put them in the corner, on the floor, in the kitchen. Put them under your refrigerator. Put them under your stove. Put them inside your kitchen cabinets in corners. Okay? And it'll take a little bit of time, and basically that will get rid of your roaches. It's that simple. Even when you don't see any and you don't have anything in your apartment, just keep replacing them. They tell you on the box, I believe, to replace them every 3 months. To be honest with you, I don't do it that often. I do it maybe once or twice a year. I have not had a cockroach in my apartment for over 3 decades. That's the truth. The other thing that I do, and I don't do that too often, is I will buy a roach spray like Raid, and I never use that inside my apartment. It smells awful. It bothers my allergies. I just don't do it. But what I do is I open my door, and I'm in a high-rise building, so when I open my door, it goes into the hallway of the building. What I do is I take that spray and I literally just spray around the door frame, and I spray like it's not really a step. It goes up like maybe half an inch, and that's it. And that's all I do. That's about it, guys. So that's what you do. You make sure there's no access, there's no way for them to get into your apartment, and you'll be fine. If you need to get rid of them, rely on combat. And of course, it goes without saying. I mean, every exterminator is going to tell you that. Just be very careful. Take your garbage out as quickly as you can. Make sure that you don't have any food out. Make sure there's no crumbs on the floor. Also make sure that you don't have like stacks of newspapers and magazines and all that sort of thing, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. As I said, it's that simple. It is a myth that everyone in New York City has roaches, that, oh, it's like, you live in the city, you got to have them, end of story. No. Oh, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you found it helpful, please give a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Also, please subscribe. We are going to put more videos up for you, and we're going to do it more quickly. Ambrosio's busy tonight. That's why he's not doing this video with me, but he's going to be in the next one, and he's working on something special for you guys as well. Anyway, please comment below, ask me any questions that you might have, give me some ideas of videos that you want to see. I know that this video is not like, you know, a pretty little cute video about New York City, but I think it's going to help a lot of people out there. And of course, I mean, this channel is about life in New York City and making it easier and cheaper and just better. But the information in this particular video can be applied anywhere. This is not just for New York City. So our Christmas tip of the day, make sure to visit Grand Central Station during this holiday season. Right now, there are 2 special events going on. Firstly, we have the Holiday Model Train Show, and secondly, we have the Holiday Fair, which includes more than 40 specialty vendors. Also, stop by the food court. Enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe below, give us a thumbs up, and take care. Bye.